Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Priya, also known as Beauty and the Books, and here is the place where you're gonna get all your beauty and book content. If that sounds like just a little bit of you know, just a little bit, it doesn't have to be a lot, just be a little bit. Make sure you subscribe before you leave. Before we continue, just make sure that little bit is done. You can turn on the notification bell too, but I really don't think that works. But anyway, as you can tell from the title, I have got a little bit of Pixi PR for you today. I'm very excited. There's Pixi? Really? So this parcel is Pixi's Nature's Radiance or Nature's Gift. But I came home the other day and it was here and it made me very happy. So without further ado, here we have, oh my god, come on box. So we have the IFX palette, which are 9 super silky shadows to create any look. And then we have the Nuance Quartettes, which are a multi-use blush quad, giving colour to cheeks and eyes. And here we have the 4 palettes. So we'll go through the ones that I have. We'll start off with the IFX palette, and we'll start off with Rosette Grey. So this is the palette here. That is what the palette looks like. And then the next one we have is Hazelnut Haze, and that is what this one looks like. That is the colours there, a little bit more orange toned in comparison to the other one, which was a little bit more red toned. And then onto the Nuance Quartet. We'll go for Sugar Blossom first, which is this one here. We have the blush here, which is matte, and a bronzer, which is matte, and then these two at the top are shiny. But as you can tell, it's a bit light on the kind of bronzer side for me, but the blush is really pretty. And then finally, we have the other Nuance Quartet in Honey Nectar. Now this one screams to me. She's beautiful. Again, we have the matte shades here with the blush and the bronzer. This is definitely more my colours, I think. And then the 2 highlighters at the top. I'm going to do my full face. Then I'm going to use the Pixi eyeshadow palettes and also the blush palettes to finish off the rest of my face, pretty much. But yeah, if you want to know how these palettes perform and what I think of them, then just keep on watching. If it gradually gets darker, it's because it's getting darker outside. That's why. So I made a decision. I think I'm going to go in with the Nuance Quartet in Honey Nectar. Bronzer first. Okay. Oh, I'm moving. Now the bronzer does look like it has a bit of a sheen to it. It's a bit of a sheen to it, doesn't it? Very subtle. What do you think? Can you tell? I think I need to add more. Yeah, it's quite pretty. It's really subtle, like you can't tell. Like this would be a really nice kind of no makeup bronzer, like if you just had concealer or something on, this would be quite nice. On camera it looks like more, but in real life it really doesn't. So I don't know, it's added a bit of like a subtle sheen, subtle bit of bronze to my face, but we have hope for the blush, and then we'll go in with the blush. I don't know what to do. I have higher hopes for the blush because it's really pretty, but I just think the pigment of these probably isn't there, and there is a fair bit of dusting. Okay, the blush is pretty. There is definitely a sheen to these products. Now that I'm looking at the bronzer closer up, it is really nice, but it's definitely probably more of a winter bronzer for me than it is a one in the summer, because it is so light. But I could have told you that anyway. We're gonna go for some highlight too. I'm just gonna use the same brush and we'll go in with the gold. Now that is like a glitter, so I'm going to take my Kaylee and So Sue highlighter brush instead. That is really pretty. Now the only kind of qualm I think that I have is that everything in these palettes are really glowy already. They were kind of pearlescent. I would have preferred them all to be matte. Let's go on to the eyes now. First things first, I'm going in with the shade Ice, which is the middle shade there, and I'm just going to put it on like my brow bone, my inner corner highlight. Just realised I haven't zoomed you in, so let's do that, shall we? Let's come closer. We're going to go with the shade Black Tulip, which is this kind of burgundy one in the bottom there, and we're just going to run that through the crease area. So as I'm starting, I'm just wiggling it on the outer portion, and whatever's kind of left excess wise on the brush will then move inward. Very nice colour actually, and it's quite smooth, not as pigmented as I would like, but I think that's kind of what I'm grasping from this collection. While the colours are really beautiful, they're a little bit more like subtle. Okay, that blended like so quickly. I think what I really like about these, well, this one eyeshadow, because I've not really tried all of them yet, is that they blend really quick, and because they're not intensely pigmented, you can kind of blend them really quickly. But the annoying thing is they're not intensely pigmented, so you've also got to spend the time to build them up as you want them. So we obviously want to deepen this up a little bit. We're going to go in with the shade Wine, which is just above Black Tulip. So we're just going to tap. Is that really doing anything? I don't think so. Okay, I'm just going to match that to the other side, and we'll go in with a different shade. We're going to go in with the darker shade, well, the darkest in this palette. Oh wait, have I been reading this? I've been reading this wrong. So this one is Berry. They're like opposite. This one is Plum, and this one is Black Tulip. That makes more sense. Okay, so we're going to go in with the actual Black Tulip. Put that on the outer portion of the eye. Again, there's not that much colour, and I think it's because I've already put cherry or plum or whatever underneath it. So what I'm just going to do is build Black Tulip, the outer portion of the eye, whatever's kind of left on my brush. I am starting to drag that towards the inner corner over the lid, and then I am just deepening the socket area, but making sure to avoid this area and not make it too dark. Okay, what are we thinking? I'm kind of in love with it. It's really subtle, and in some lights you can really see the burgundy, and in some you can't as much, and I am really liking it. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna dip into the Hazelnut Haze palette, and I'm gonna go with the Copper shimmer, which is just this one here in the middle, and I'm just gonna pop that on the inner 2/3 of my eyelid. Pretty. It's really soft in the pan as well. That is really nice. It's got some like gold glitter reflex in it as well. So to go over that, I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the pink shimmer here, which is Wine. Oh, see, that's pretty. Now these are shimmer eyeshadows, not like metallics or foils, so they're not too intense. So I think this would be really good for people who aren't as skilled with colourful or bold or kind of eyeshadow in general, because you can't go wrong. Like if you end up putting, you can't really put too much on because not a lot comes out. So it's kind of like got training wheels on it, if that makes sense. I'm just going to quickly do my lower lashes, and for that I'm just going to take the same shadows that we've used and put them on the bottom. Hello. Okay, so it's got a bit darker, sorry guys. I've done my under eyes, but I also deepened my crease and my outer V with the shade Deep, which is this one here from the Hazelnut Haze palette, and then ran that on my waterline, my lash line too. And then I also went in with a little bit of French Rose, which is this one here at the top from Rosette Ray. And I think I'm done with these eyeshadows for now. Okay, so if I look a little bit different, it's because I've just put some eyelashes on. I went in with the Urban Decay Perversion mascara, and now we're doing lips. I can't decide. I thought I'd go red just to kind of go with the vibe a little bit more, and I think I might keep it to the Pixi theme and go with this Pixi Beauty. What is it? A matte lip, I think. Okay, I'm overlining my lips because I did it by accident and now I can't fix it. I'm going to zoom you guys a little bit further out. This whole situation's got dark, the sun's set and time has passed, and we will discuss my final thoughts on these Pixi palettes. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about the products. To be honest, this is the first time I've tried these two lipstick things out, and I really like them. I know I like the Lip Lift Max glosses anyway, but I really enjoyed the, I think it's a matte lip. The colour is definitely there. It's really liquidy though, so not a fan. And the applicator is just a bit too bendy. Apart from that, I really like it. Beautiful. I know they've got loads more colours. Palettes. Let's go through, shall we? Now, this is Honey Nectar. This is the one I did use. Now, the bronzer is still just a little bit too light for me. I would have preferred something a bit warmer, a bit more kind of yellowy toned, and probably without the pearlescent in it, because sometimes it can make my skin look a little bit grey in that area. The blush, I really liked it. It's really pretty. Again, it does have a little bit of pearlescent in there, so it's up to you if you want a bit of a shimmer. But I really like that colour. I could use this as like an eyeshadow palette if I was going somewhere, and this is all I had because those shimmers are really pretty. So these ones are a yes. This bronzer is a no. It's just doesn't work for me. I like it, but you can definitely tell you have to build up colour. Now, that is not an issue if you're someone who kind of is a bit afraid of it and you like the fact that it's kind of heavy-handed proof. Like, if you're heavy-handed, you're okay because not a lot is coming off straight away and you can take your time to build it to the perfect kind of finish that you want. For someone like me who knows what I want, knows what sort of intense pigment I want, it's just a bit annoying. But apart from that, there's nothing really wrong with it. I have to say, the colours really did perform okay. In comparison to other palettes I have, they're not the best, but I just think I'm not the particular target market for it. They're just really light and they're not intensely pigmented off the bat. But apart from that, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! You can kind of blend it up, blend it really. I just love patting my face with this sponge. How are we? Is that better? Am I darker? I look a bit dark. Do I look dark? I feel dark. Doesn't matter. Greeny tone. That's aggressive. Come on now. Syrup. Oops.